Random House Audio presents Please Look After Mom by Kyung-Sook Shin. Translated from the Korean by Chi-Young Kim. Read for you by Samantha Kwan, Bruce Turk, Mark Bramhall, and Janet Song.
Chapter 1. Nobody knows. It's been 1 week since Mom went missing. The family is gathered at your eldest brother Hyung-Chul's house, bouncing ideas off each other. You decide to make flyers and hand them out where Mom was last seen. The first thing to do, everyone agrees, is to draft a flyer. Of course, a flyer is an old-fashioned response to a crisis like this, but there are few things a missing person's family can do, and the missing person is none other than your mom. All you can do is file a missing person report, search the area, ask passers-by if they have seen anyone who looks like her. Your younger brother, who owns an online clothing store, says he posted something about your mother's disappearance, describing where she went missing. He uploaded her picture and asked people to contact the family if they'd seen her. You want to go look for her in places where you think she might be, but you know how she is. She can't go anywhere by herself in this city. Hyung-Chul designates you to write up the flyer, since you write for a living. You blush, as if you were caught doing something you shouldn't. You aren't sure how helpful your words will be in finding Mom. When you write July 24, 1938, as Mom's birth date, your father corrects you, saying that she was born in 1936. Official records show that she was born in 1938, but apparently she was born in 1936. This is the first time you've heard this. Your father says everyone did that back in the day. Because many children didn't survive their first 3 months, people raised them for a few years before making it official. When you're about to rewrite 38 as 36, Hyung-Chul says you have to write 1938 because that's the official date. You don't think you need to be so precise when you're only making homemade flyers and it isn't like you're at a government office. But you obediently leave 38, wondering if July 24 is even Mom's real birthday. A few years ago, your mom said, "We don't have to celebrate my birthday separately. Father's birthday is 1 month before Mom's. You and your siblings always went to your parents' house in Jeongup for birthdays and other celebrations. Altogether, there were 22 people in the immediate family. Mom liked it when all of her children and grandchildren gathered and bustled about the house. A few days before everyone came down, she would make fresh kimchi, go to the market to buy beef, and stock up on extra toothpaste and toothbrushes. She pressed sesame oil and roasted and ground sesame and perilla seeds so she could present her children with a jar of each as they left. As she waited for the family to arrive, your mom would be visibly animated, her words and her gestures revealing her pride when she talked to neighbors or acquaintances. In the shed, Mom kept glass bottles of every size, filled with plum or wild strawberry juice, which she made seasonally. Mom's jars were filled to the brim with tiny fermented croaker-like fish or anchovy paste or fermented clams that she was planning to send to the family in the city. When she heard that onions were good for one's health, she made onion juice. And before winter came, she made pumpkin juice infused with licorice. Your mom's house was like a factory. She prepared sauces and fermented bean paste and hulled rice, producing things for the family year-round. At some point, the children's trips to Jeongup became less frequent, and Mom and Father started to come to Seoul more often. And then you began to celebrate each of their birthdays by going out for dinner. That was easier. Then Mom even suggested, "Let's celebrate my birthday on your father's." She said it would be a burden to celebrate their birthdays separately, since both happened during the hot summer, when there are also 2 ancestral rites only 2 days apart. At first, the family refused to do that, even when Mom insisted on it. And if she balked at coming to the city, a few of you went home to celebrate with her. Then you all started to give Mom her birthday gift on Father's birthday. Eventually, quietly, Mom's actual birthday was bypassed. Mom, who liked to buy socks for everyone in the family, had in her dresser a growing collection of socks that her children didn't take. Name: Park Son-yo. Date of birth: July 24th, 1938. 69 years old. Appearance: short, salt and pepper permed hair, prominent cheekbones, last seen wearing a sky blue shirt, a white jacket, and a beige pleated skirt. Last seen, Seoul Station subway. Nobody can decide which picture of Mom you should use. Everyone agrees it should be the most recent picture, but nobody has a recent picture of her. You remember that at some point, Mom started to hate getting her picture taken. She would sneak away even for family portraits. The most recent photograph of Mom is a family picture taken at Father's 70th birthday party. Mom looked nice in a pale blue hanbok, with her hair done at a salon, and she was even wearing red lipstick. Your younger brother thinks your mom looks so different in this picture from the way she did right before she went missing. He doesn't think people would identify her as the same person, even if her image is isolated and enlarged. He reports that when he posted this picture of her, people responded by saying, "Your mother is pretty, and she doesn't seem like the kind of person who would get lost." You all decide to see if anyone has another picture of Mom. Kyung-Chul tells you to write something more on the flyer. When you stare at him, he tells you to think of better sentences, to tug on the reader's heartstrings. Words that would tug on the reader's heartstrings? When you write, "Please help us find our mother," he says it's too plain. When you write, "Our mother is missing," he says that mother is too formal and tells you to write Mom. When you write, "Our mom is missing," he decides it's too childish. When you write, "Please contact us if you see this person," he barks, "What kind of writer are you?" You can't think of a single sentence that would satisfy Kyung-Chul. Your second eldest brother says, "You'd tug on people's heartstrings if you write that there will be a reward." When you write, "We will reward you generously," your sister-in-law says you can't write like that. People take notice only if you write a specific amount. So how much should I say? 1,000,000 won? That's not enough. 3,000,000 won? I think that's too little too. Then 5,000,000 won. Nobody complains about 5,000,000 won. You write, "We will reward you with 5,000,000 won," and put in a period. Your second eldest brother says you should write it as "Reward, 5,000,000 won." Your younger brother tells you to put 5,000,000 won in a bigger font. Everyone agrees to email you a better picture of Mom if they find something. You're in charge of adding more to the flyer and making copies, and your younger brother volunteers to pick them up and distribute them to everyone in the family. When you suggest, "We can hire someone to give out flyers," Kyung-Chul says, "We're the ones who need to do that. We'll give them out on our own if we have some free time during the week, and all together over the weekend." You grumble, "How will we ever find Mom at that rate?" "We can't just sit tight. We're already doing everything we can," Kyung-Chul retorts. "What do you mean, we're doing everything we can?" "We put ads in the newspaper." "So doing everything we can is buying ad space?" "Then what do you want to do? Should we all quit work tomorrow and just roam around the city? If we could find Mom like that, I'd do it." You stop arguing with Kyung-Chul because you realize that you're pushing him to take care of everything, as you always do. Leaving Father at Kyung-Chul's house, you all head home. If you don't leave then, you will continue to argue. You've been doing that for the past week. You'd meet to discuss how to find
Sample complete. Ready to continue?